If you have no idea how to plan your branding photo shoot and what to wear, in this video I will give you my step-by-step strategy for planning a successful branding photo shoot. If you're a female entrepreneur and you want to build a personal style, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when I post a new video, which is every Wednesday. Now, I spent over 15 years on set styling for big brands like Adidas, like Nintendo, OPI, and I also helped many female entrepreneurs to discover their personal styles, gain confidence so they have more visibility in their business through their personal style. Now, if you want to have similar results, you can schedule a call with me to learn how I can support you, and I will link in the description below. So without further ado, let's get started. As an entrepreneur, you want to have beautiful images that will represent you as a successful entrepreneur owner. And the best way to do it is through branding photo shoot. Now, you might be thinking that organizing the photo shoot is most likely super expensive. You have to not only spend a lot of money on a photographer, buy brand new wardrobe, find a location, but the truth is that if you plan everything in advance, you will have beautiful images that you can use for all your marketing needs. So planning is really the key, and that will take us to the step number one, which is planning. Now, planning a branding photo shoot is like planning a wedding. You want to have everything planned in advance to maximize your time on set and maximize your budget. Now, everything you will do will be done in advance. So by the time you get on set, everything is going to be planned. All you have to do is to execute your plan. Now, in order to have a successful photo shoot, you must plan all your visuals, and then you have to come up with a budget. So let's start with the visuals first. Essentially, what you want to do is to create a mood board representing your vision and the story behind this photo shoot. So what you want to do is to research images that will represent the location where you want to shoot. They will represent lighting, poses, and wardrobe. And you want to include all those images in the mood board. You can research other entrepreneurs as well and get inspired by their branding images. Now, the best place to look for images would be either obviously Google or Pinterest. Also, if there are other entrepreneurs in your niche that you look up to and you like their overall aesthetics, you can research those entrepreneurs and find images that will represent exactly your vision for this photo shoot. Now, in terms of how to put this mood board together, I like to use Keynote to create my mood boards, but you can use Pinterest if you like. I'm just used to using Keynote as a tool, and it's super easy to use, and I've been using it for many years. But again, if you are more comfortable with Pinterest, then it should be fine as well. Now, it's really important that you don't skip this step. You want to be 100% prepared for this photo shoot. So by the time you get on set, everything is ready. You know precisely what you are wearing. You know exactly what images you need, and that will definitely help you. Now, the second key is to plan your budget. So you have to be realistic how much money you can allocate for this photo shoot. And you have to keep in mind that you have to hire a photographer, right? Then you might want to purchase a few wardrobe pieces. And then also you might want to shoot in a studio. Therefore, you have to pay for that location as well. So you have to come up with the realistic budget. Step number two, you have to find a photographer. Now, having a great photographer who understands your vision is the key to a successful photo shoot. Now, we had to create a mood board to clearly communicate your vision with a photographer. Now, imagine that you didn't create a mood board, okay? And you told a photographer you want to look professional, you want to look, let's say, expensive, or maybe you want to look confident. And what does that even mean, right? For you, looking confident and professional means completely different than to your photographer. That's why creating a mood board is essential to communicate your vision and show exactly what type of images will represent you as an entrepreneur. Now, the big question is where to find a photographer. But before we talk about it, what's really important is to talk about what type of photographer you should hire. Now, you should hire either a fashion photographer or you should hire a branding photographer. Now, those type of photographers will have the experience to shoot those type of images. Now, before you hire a photographer, you should definitely, and you want to look at their body of work, which is their portfolio. Definitely want to check out images to see if you like the aesthetics, you like the lighting they are using, before you can decide if this is the right fit for you or not. Now, lastly, let's talk about where to find a photographer. Well, it's going to be excellent fit for you, right? Well, what I would do, I would start with referrals. So that's how I found my photographer who shot my branding photo shoot. You can also look through social media. Obviously, you can ask your audience if they have someone they can refer to you. Step number 3, location. Now, location is a key to a successful branding photo shoot. Again, you're going to be searching for images that will represent a perfect location for this shoot and include all those images inside your mood board. Now, what I like to do is to see what other entrepreneurs are using for a location and get inspired. Your location choice will also depend on your niche. So, for example, if you are, let's say, like a wellness coach, or maybe you help people lose weight, you might take some images in a gym or maybe like in a yoga studio, right? I always like to use a professional for the studio and have a few props to help create a fashion-oriented shoots. Now, obviously, the best location would be your home because it's cost effective, and then you also have a control over like furniture, so you're familiar with your surroundings. And if it's not an option, you should rent maybe like Airbnb and use it as a location for your photo shoot. The key is to communicate with a photographer as well, because a photographer might also suggest some locations that might be actually a great fit for this particular photo shoot. Step number 4, wardrobe. All right, so it's time to talk about wardrobe. And I always begin my research and I like to find the images that will represent a wardrobe that I want to wear for my branding photo shoot. So let me give you a few key steps here. Okay, so number 1, the most important thing is to always stay true to yourself. So wear clothes that represent you, represent your style, represent your brand. So if your style is casual, you should wear casual clothes. If you style is maybe like a rocker chic, then you should definitely wear a rocker chic outfit. The most important thing is to really stay true to yourself. Now, number 2, think about your location in terms of your wardrobe. Now, if you're shooting up against, let's say, a white wall, then obviously you will be able to wear prints, patterns, colors because the background is white. But if you are shooting up against like very, very busy background and there's a lot of props, maybe books and things like that, and then probably wearing solid colors will be better. So you should stay away from patterns because it's just gonna be overwhelming on camera. Now, number 3, think about posing. Now, if you decide to sit, the best silhouettes will be with a little bit of volume, and you can pick, let's say, like flowy skirt, maybe jeans, things like that. Usually tight and well-fitted silhouettes won't photograph well while sitting because the fabrics might like bunch up and won't photograph really well. So it's better to avoid those type of silhouettes when you decide to sit for that particular shot. Now, if you decide to stand, then you can definitely choose body-hugging silhouettes. Number 4, always bring many wardrobe options to the shoot. Now, if you decide on, for example, 5 looks, then you should bring 15. Whatever looks good in person might not photograph well, so having options is always a good idea. You should also think about bringing many layers, maybe like blazers, cardigans, things like that, because then you can add a layer to your outfit and get an extra look. Number 5, of course, you want to prep all your wardrobe way in advance. So you want to coordinate your outfit style and decide for which shot you want to wear which outfit, right? So do you want to sit in that look, or maybe you want to stand? So what is the background for that look? Planning ahead is really, really important. Number 6, lastly, think about your branding colors and make sure that your wardrobe is well incorporated. Now, you don't have to wear your branding colors, But if your branding colors, let's say, are very earthy, right? You don't want to wear bright, saturated colors and vice versa. Now you know how to plan your branding photo shoot and what to wear. Now, if you are female entrepreneurs and you want to learn more about how to develop your personal style, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when I post a new video, which is every Wednesday. Also, if you need my help with developing your personal style, you can schedule a call and I will link the application in the description below. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you next week.